Okay, now let's begin the SELinux Part 2, SELinux Configuration. Okay, here I will use this one. First one, SELinux packages. SELinux need the two kinds of packages. First one, the default packages. So we need to install this kind of package to use SELinux Police Quietils, SELinux Police, and SELinux Police Target, and the library, the SELinux Utils, and Python. And the second packages, we need to say this one main optional packages. So SELinux Police MLS, the set troubleshoot the server, SE the tools GUI, tools the console, and the MC the trans, and the police qualities Python and police qualities GUI. If you install this kind of packages, you can use more detail or more the SELinux the features. And if you want to install, then using this one, yum install package names. Okay, first time I try to check. In my case, yum install first one policy GUI utils. Utils and SELinux policy, SELinux police target, and the library SELinux Linux utils and Linux Python. In my case, I already installed this kind of the packages. And the main packages, SELinux policy, MLS, troubleshoot, server, and tools GUI, console, trans, policy, utils, Python, police core utils GUI -y. Okay, in my case, I already installed all these kind of packages. Okay, basic SELinux. First one, which log file is used? This one. To the log the SELinux files, we need to install debug and audit and the troubleshoot the servers. And normally, SELinux log their the event here. var log audit.log. So to use this file first, the cgconfig audit on, rsyslog on, and after that check audit the status. If you did not start this one, then start this service, right? This service audit this start. And after if you want to see the log file using this command, tail-f var log audit log. So maybe as soon as to detect the denied service, then we can see this kind of messages ABC message here, ABC, the back the cache is the denied like this. And the main configuration file, normally SELinux has three kind of mode here. For example, using this file, etc sysconfig SELinux. So enforcing, permissive, disabled. Disabled means we don't use the SELinux policy. But normally we can select one of them, one of the two kinds, enforcing and permissive. Enforcing means SELinux security policy enforced. But the permissive mode, as in is print only the warning message instead of enforcing, even if as in is the detect the denial message. And here we can define the mode enforcing, permissive, or disable. And as in is the type, there are two kinds, target and MLS. Default is target. So this SELinux type means set the SELinux policy to use. Enabling and disabling SELinux. So at first time, you can check the SELinux status using this kind of command. SES status and get info. Then you can see your SELinux status. If we want to change the SELinux mode temporarily, then you can use this command SELinux set enforce 1. Then this one will change to enforce mode. Then you can check get enforce and SES status. If we want to change the permissive mode, then set enforce 0. Then you can check the SELinux mode using the command. If we want to enable the SELinux permanently, then you need to configure this file SELinux like this, SELinux enforcing and target like this. And after that, you need to reboot. Then your Linux system will enable SELinux the enforcing mode. If you want disable SELinux permanently, then here using this file, just change this what disable like this and reboot. And after that, if we check get info, you will see the disabled. Booleans means normally SELinux use the booleans, this one, and using this one, SELinux allow parts of SELinux policy to be changed at runtime without any the knowledge of SELinux policy writing. Even if you don't change the policy routing, you can anytime change the SELinux policy. And these booleans normally allow the changes. For example, like allowing service access to NFS volumes without reloading or recompiling SELinux policy. Mean even if you don't change any the SELinux policy anytime, you can change their policy using the booleans. For example, first one, listing booleans. Then you can use this command SEmanaged boolean -l. Then you can see all the SELinux policy. For example, this one FTP _home dir. Then this one now is off, the disable already. And here you can find or you can see the description about this policy. For example, allow to read and write files in the usual home directories. And if we use this command get civil A, then you can see the policy name and enable or disable without the description. And if we want to only the specific the policy, then you can use get civil the allow on the console login. Then you can see on or off. Configuring the boolean. So if we want to change some the boolean for the specific the policy, then SELinux boolean -add grep at the first time you need to check this one enable or not. So using this command, set civil FTP home dir, for example, on. Then this one will be changed, this one on. But this change is a temporary change, not permanently. If you want to change the policy permanently, then you have to use this option the capital P. And if you check get civil, then you will see this one change or not. Boolean testing, SELinux server, at first time check your SELinux mode, and after that check the FTP. And at first time, if you use the enforcing mode, FTP will not permit the uploading the files. So set civil allow FTP full access on. Then you will test this SELinux permit FTP uploading or downloading. Okay, then let's test here. Okay, first one. For the log, is log on. Okay, and after that, service now is running. And after that, in my case, var log audit log. So we can see this kind of the message. For example, this kind of messages ABC, the access back the cache is denied like this. So using this file, you can check the SELinux log file. And the second, the main configuration file, in my case, etc sysconfig SELinux. So in my case, now the default mode is permissive and the target like this. So here, let's check. Okay, now my SELinux status enabled and the SELinux mounted this folder and current mode permissive and mode from the config file also permissive and the policy button and the policy now is a target. So here also permissive, we can see this one. So here let's try to change the SELinux mode, for example, like this, and then you can see here current mode is enforcing but main configuration file, we can see the permissive mode. So in this case, if we want to change the SELinux mode permanently, then here enforcing. Okay, here let's check. So now, but configuration file now is enforcing and current mode also enforcing. So here let's try to change set enforce 0. And after that, so now current mode permissive. Configuration file also now enforcing now. Okay, now let's try to use the booleans as manage -L, then we can see all kinds of SELinux policies. So here on, off, or the description. So and -A also is the same. That the result is similar to the SELinux boolean without only the description. Or okay, allow console login, then we can see this one enable or not. Okay, for the testing, let's manage. Let's check the grab FTP. Okay, now this one allow FTP full access. Then let's change this one. Okay, set civil allow FTPD full access off. And after that, this is for the FTP testing. FTP client. And at first time, let's try to the download. Okay, download is okay. And the incoming, let's try to test the uploading. In my case, which one? Okay, IP tables. No. SE status. Okay. Okay, let's test enforce one now. Now enforcing mode, and here get the server allow FTPD full access. So now this one is the off. So here let's test NCFTP client. At first time, let's try to the download, and already exist mean now I'm successful to download, and after that cd incoming put set means server set could not create the file. It means I failed to the uploading file because of this policy. So here let's check, let's change the mode. This one says server allow FTPD full access on, and after that now this mode is a change, and after that let's test here NCFTP client. Let's go put IP tables. So now I'm successful to uploading this file. Okay, let's check in the server var FTP incoming. So here I can find IP tables. Okay, managing SELinux context and the labels. Number one, SELinux context labeling files. So at first time, if we are using or running SELinux, we can use this kind of option -jet. So if you see then unconfined user and the object role, user home, type, and the label like this. So number A, the temporary changes in file at first time. If we create this file 1, we can see this kind of the type, file type. And if we want to change this kind of file type, we can use this chcon. So type, for example, samba share t, the file. Then we can see the changed file type here. And if you want to restore the original file type, then restore -v. V means the bubbles, and file on. Then you can see this one, you will see. Now this file has the file type, this one, samba share t, but this one will change to admin home original, the file type. And normally this command restore con normally read this file etc SELinux target d context file context. Using this file normally restore con command restore original file type. Temporary change in directory here. So for example, if we create this kind of the directory web and create a file as well, file 1 to 3. And if we see, we can see this kind of file, the default t. And here chcon-rt. So here file type httpd sys content. Then we can see this one is changed like this. This one too, okay, file type as well. And number two, the persistent changes. For the persistent changes, we can use this command here, se manage f context. So using this command, the se manage f context, This command normally changes the SELinux to context for files. And this command normally uses two kinds of file here, file context and file context the local. For the new file and directories, so normally we will use this file, and existing file or current file or directories, the SELinux FA context will use this file. For example, change file type here, etc file 1, then you can see this kind of the default file type, but using this one as manage f context a t as samba share t, this one will change the file one's type. But if you see this one using this one, normally this one will not change because this is only the temporary change. So in this file we can find this one here, files context local here samba shared t, like this. Directory and contents. For example, this one we can find we can create this kind of the directory web. And if we use this one as manage fa context -at file type here, okay, then we can find in this file context local, so we can find this kind of changed file type. If you want to delete this kind of edit context, then we can use here as manage fa context -d. Then here in this file, we will find out the file already deleted. Labels here, copying file and the directories. When we copy file or directory, and in this case, the new file or directory context is based on default labeling rules. For example, if we create this file, touch file on, and if we check using this option, then you can find this user home type, because this one is created in user's home directory. And if we check this one, var www html, then we can find this one, httpd sys context. And if they copy this one, then we can find this file, the file context is changed like this, httpd sys content file type. If we want to preserve the SELinux context when copy, then we can use this option, preserve context file on, and here. Then even if we copy this one to vrw.html, we can find here user home t, like this. Copy and change the context. If we want to copy when we copy this kind of file, but if we want to change some the type, then we can use here cp-jet. For example, system user object role samba share type and the label file on, file 2. In this case, file 1 has user home type, but the file to copy the file from file 1 is changed like this, system object samba share, like this. Copying a file over the existing file here, existing. In this case, for example, now I created this one file on, and you can see here etc type tmp touch, then you can see tmp. If we copy tmp file to etc file 1, then we can see this one etc type. Moving file and the directories. So file and the directories keep their current SELinux the context when they are moved. In many cases, this is incorrect for the location they are being moving to. For example, file on here, then we can see this kind of file type and var www html. So let's try to move this one file on here like this. Then this one already has the current SELinux context. And number 3, checking the default SELinux context. So for example, if we use this match the path con, this one normally will check if file and directory have the correct SELinux context or not. For example, touch varw.html here, we need to create this 3 file, and if we check here, we can find this kind of file type, HTTP, the sys content. And now try to change the type using this chcon samba share t. Then we can see this type is a change. So here using this command match path con -v varw.html star varw.html file on. Then we can see this one is changed. So using this command restore con, then the Samba share type will be changed to the original type HTTP sys content. Okay, then let's try to test this one. Okay, for the testing, I will create the directory. Okay, here, for example, touch file on jet. Then we can see this kind of context. The admin home like this. So here, let's samba share t file on. So we can see the samba shared t and restore con file on. Then we can see now this one has samba shared t, but this one will change to like this. Let's check. Okay, now this one is a change like this. And this one, this file I already told you, this kind of the restore con, the command use this file, etc SELinux target files context. So here is a kind of database file for SELinux context. Okay, then now let's testing the temporary changes web, and after that touch file 1, 2, 3. Okay, and after that, so we can find these default types. Okay, and using chcon-r httpd sys content type t ls djet wbn ls ljet. So now we can see if we change the directory, then the files belonging to this directory also will be changed like this. So here, restore capital V. So now we can see this one. The now is has this kind of the file type httpd sys content, but now default is a change. And the persistent changes using the SEmanage F context. So now touch etc file on. This is file on. So now this one has this context like this. And context -a-t type samba share etc file on. Okay, let's check etc file on. But this one did not change. But let's check SELinux target context file and files.local. Let's check this one. This is a permanent the changes. And if we want to delete, okay, let's try to use here SELinux f context -d etc file on. Okay, then let's check. Now we cannot find the file on file. Okay, here let's test the copying files and directories. Okay, here we'll change the mode, the user mode here. Touch file on. Then you can see here the user home like this. Okay, and this one we can see this one HTTPD sys content like this. So home tland. So here copy file on. Okay, so here file on. At first time, this file has user home type, but now change like this HTTP sys content. It means normally if we copy the file, then normally file is inherit their attribute from directories. Okay, now try to use the preserving SELinux the context when copied. Okay, for example, okay, here. Now this one has admin home t like this. Okay, cp context file on like this. And after that, capital BARWW. Then let's check. Okay, now has the admin home type because of this option preserve. And now let's try to use cp-jet. Okay, here. Now, so this one, user home file on. Let's try to copy cp jet system user and object role and samba share t file on file 2. Okay, then let's test as a root here. Okay, then let's try to cp system user object role and samba share t and the rebel file on file 2. Okay, then let's check. Okay, now this one at first time file 1, but now change as the system user, the role object and type samba share and rebel like this. So if we want to change the attribute in the SELinux context, we can use what? cp-z when we copy. Okay, now let's test the moving files and the directories. Okay, first time let's check here this one, and okay, here let's delete for the testing. Okay, again. Okay, and after that, now let's try to move the file on to the VAR HTML like this. Okay, MV file 1 VAR. Okay, and after that, so now we can see this one admin home T like this. It means when we move some file or directory, the type did not change. It means this one keep the directories, the current, it's the previous, the directories, the file type like this. And checking the default SELinux context. Okay, let's check here, rm. For the test, I will delete this one. Okay, first, touch file 1, 2, 3, and after that, file. Then we can see this kind of type and user and role like this. And here, hyphen, let's try to change samba share t file 1. Oh, sorry, chcon samba share t file 1. And let's check files. So now this one is a change. The others is the same. And here, match pass con, and of that file 1. Sorry, this one again. Only and file on. So now, okay, let's check this one again. And files. Okay, now the file 2 and the file 3 is verified, but file 1, now this one, samba shared t, and this file should be system user object role and httpd syscontact like this. This one is same like this. So here, restore con file 1. So now let's check file. So we can see this one is a change like this. Okay, number 4, information gathering tools. First one, ABC state. This one normally provides the short output of access back the cache status since the boot. So using this one, we can watch the statics in real time by specifying time interval in second as well. And this one normally the say where in this directory, SELinux ABC cache state. So if we see use this one ABC state, we can see this kind of the statics. And the SE info, This one is useful in describing the breakdown of policies such as number of classes, type, and boolean or allow rules and others. This one, SEInfos. And if we want to check only the domain, then we can use this kind of option. And if we want to check only the unconfined domain type and permissive, and we can see the how many lines SEInfo show or not. SE search, this one, the search for particular type in the policy from either policy source file or binary file. For example, here SE search. Among the httpd underbar cc content, we want to see the role is allowed file. Where? In this policy file. SELinux target policy policy.24. This is a SELinux policy file. So then we can see this kind of some the result. If we want to the search only the allows, then we can use this one. And don't audit, then we can see we can use this kind of options as well. And the GUI SELinux tool, now so far I show you how to use SELinux in console and command line. But if you want to use SELinux using the GUI, then you need to install install policy GUI. Then you can start like this using this command SELinux system config SELinux. Okay, then let's try to test. Then you can see this kind of the status from the boot and SEInfo as well. So here you can find from the policy file, we can see this kind of information. For example, how many the classes and the permission lines and the categories or the booleans, this kind of the information we can see using this the command. And SEInfo, let's try to domain, how many domain? WC-L. Then we can see the 670 lines in this, using this command, we can find the domain. Okay, then let's check here. So using this kind of information, SE. So here the domain information has around 670. And SEInfo permissive also, let's check how many lines. Okay, 78 lines for the permissive. And search, okay, let's roll allow, and the type sys content. And this information will come from etc SELinux and target police. So here we can find 19 roles, allow the rules from this type. And search, only we can see the allow. And after that, let's see how many lines here. Wow, so many lines here. And don't audit. Also, let's check. This one only one line. Okay, and after that, let's try to use the GUI SELinux tool. In my case, I already installed. So system config SELinux. And okay, this is SELinux GUI tool. So here, status, we can now current mode, anytime we can change the permissive and the policy type also, and the default enforcement modes as well, disabled or permissive or enforcing like this. For the Boolean as well, okay, let's check the FTP, for example. So in the previous, the testing, this one is enabled. So customized, then this one at first time is the disabled, but now in the command line, I already enabled this one. So here we can see FTP, the or, then, or, for example, if we want to define or the point to eject the rules or the policy, then you can select the lockdown here. So here, for example, for the Apache. So for example, HTTPD enable home directory. So using this one, you can change enable or disable or default like this. Okay, cute. And the file labeling as well, using this one, anytime you can change the file labeling. So properties, if you select some the directory of files, so using property, anytime you can change the SELinux type. And the user mapping also, you can add some the user using the SELinux user as well. Anytime you can add new your SELinux username with the MLS and role as well. And if you want to change, so here properties, anytime you can change their roles and range. Network port and the policy module. So now this CentOS 6.5 support this kind of policies. So here, if you want to, for example, add new the policy, then you can select here if you download. And if you want to change the enabled audit about the specific the policy module, then you can select this one. Okay, and the last one is a process domain. So here you can select or you can change them permissive or imposing like this. Okay, so far I explain about the SELinux. So SELinux provide a new layer of the protection for Linux system, and this one also provide grant the mandatory access controls that work in addition to existing discretionary access control. Normal operating system use this one DAC, but SELinux support what? MAC. And SELinux policy file configuration a little bit complex. So now this policy file just database file, not the plain text file. So we cannot change this kind of policy in manually. And the default policy file provides a secure operating environment. Okay, thank you for watching this video and see you in next video. God bless you.